Charles Leclerc has done something no one expected. He's cracked open Ferrari's most closely guarded secret. In one decisive statement, he revealed that the Scuderia is taking a path that could either reshape the future of Formula One or cripple the team for years to come. His comments confirmed what many inside the paddock had whispered, but no one dared to say out loud. Ferrari isn't playing by the same rulebook as its rivals. While teams like Red Bull, Mercedes, and McLaren are burning resources to maximize every extra second of wind tunnel time and CFD access ahead of Formula One's seismic 2026 regulation overhaul, Ferrari has brushed it aside. Leclerc made it clear, the team is all in on 2025 performance, regardless of the supposed handicap that might place them under the sport's sliding scale development rules. That revelation has detonated across the paddock like a bombshell. Is Ferrari hiding a masterstroke of technical foresight, something that renders wind tunnel testing far less crucial than it once was? Or are they sleepwalking into a mistake that will echo for half a decade? Ferrari's current position adds fuel to the fire. Sitting second in the 2025 Constructors' Championship should, on paper, put them at a disadvantage. The sliding aerodynamic testing restrictions grant lower-ranked teams more time to innovate, rewarding those struggling at the back of the grid. Teams like Aston Martin and Alpine are desperate to cash in on that advantage. Red Bull and Mercedes, even though near the front, have emphasized how vital those extra hours of testing can be. Some technical directors even admit they've consciously accepted short-term pain this year to reap the benefits later. Ferrari? They've slammed the door shut on that thinking. Leclerc's words carried no hesitation. We're focused on extracting everything from this car in 2025. Whatever comes after, we'll be ready. It sounds confident, maybe too confident, especially when you consider what's around the corner. Formula One's 2026 regulations aren't minor adjustments. They're nothing short of a revolution.
These new cars are going to be quite significantly different to anything we've seen before. But at the same time, there's some real familiar elements to this new design of car. These rules will create a massive challenge for all of the teams.
The hybrid power units will be torn apart and rebuilt, with electrical output set to jump dramatically to account for nearly 50% of total power. Cars will run on sustainable fuels for the first time. Active aerodynamics will be introduced, movable wings that adjust in real time to balance drag and downforce. In short, the sport will look and feel entirely different. The scale of the change has prompted most teams to begin working on their 2026 challengers years in advance. For Ferrari to essentially delay that shift is almost unheard of. One former technical director, speaking anonymously, summed it up bluntly: when regulations change this dramatically, the groundwork you lay 18 to 24 months early is everything. If you're late, you don't just start behind, you stay behind. The only reason to delay is if you think you've found a way around the system. And maybe Ferrari thinks they have. Internally, the decision appears to be fueled by immense pressure. After over a decade without a championship, Ferrari's leadership is running out of patience. Team principal Fred Vasseur has enjoyed public support, but behind the scenes, Ferrari's board and chairman John Elkann are desperate for immediate results. A title in 2025, even if it risks setbacks in 2026, would restore Ferrari's brand power and buy precious political capital with their fan base and shareholders alike. This gamble becomes even more intriguing when you factor in Ferrari's driver lineup. While much of the grid is distracted by the musical chairs of 2026 contracts, Ferrari has complete stability. Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton are already locked in for the new era. That means Ferrari's drivers can be fully embedded in the 2026 project from day one, with no uncertainty hanging over their heads. And that's a rare luxury.
Buongiorno e benvenuti alla pista di Fiorano di Maranello.
Red Bull faces ongoing questions about its driver lineup post-2025. Mercedes has one seat locked, but the second is a wild card. Cadillac, entering the sport, hasn't even finalized its roster. That chaos inevitably diverts resources. Meanwhile, Ferrari can keep its focus entirely on development, with Hamilton's unparalleled experience across regulation shifts and Leclerc's deep knowledge of Ferrari machinery, providing the perfect blend of wisdom and raw speed. But there's a historical wrinkle here. Ferrari has been burned by regulation changes before. In 2014, when the hybrid era began, they were obliterated by Mercedes' power unit advantage and spent years playing catch-up. In 2022, the new ground effect era saw them stumble once again, starting strong before collapsing under development inefficiencies. History suggests Ferrari should be cautious, yet here they are, projecting absolute confidence. Why? Insiders believe Ferrari has quietly built its strategy around two strengths: power unit engineering and simulation technology. Over the past 2 years, Ferrari has invested heavily in state-of-the-art simulation facilities. A former Ferrari engineer, now working elsewhere, revealed that the accuracy of Ferrari's simulators is like nothing the sport has seen before. If true, this could dramatically reduce the need for physical wind tunnel testing, explaining why Ferrari is so dismissive of it. Then there's the power unit department. Restructured under Vasseur with key hires from Mercedes and rival outfits, the team has reportedly made breakthroughs in preparing for the new fuel and energy demands of 2026. If Ferrari has truly unlocked a shortcut to integrating 50% electric output efficiently, it could flip the script on the entire paddock. Of course, this is Formula One, and bold strategies cut both ways. If Ferrari's approach works, they could do something no team has managed since Michael Schumacher's reign: dominate the closing stages of one era and carry that dominance into the next. But if they've miscalculated, both Hamilton and Leclerc could be condemned to years of frustration, stuck in cars that can't fight at the front. For Leclerc personally, the stakes couldn't be higher. His long-term contract with Ferrari ties his future to the success or failure of this exact gamble. His confident tone suggests he's been shown technical details that have convinced him, but fans have heard Ferrari's promises before. "Next year we'll be back" has been the refrain for nearly 2 decades, often ending in disappointment. The truth will only emerge when the 2026 cars finally break cover. Until then, it's a game of secrecy and psychological warfare. Every team guards its developments behind closed doors. Every public statement, like Leclerc's, becomes a weapon, designed as much to unsettle rivals as to reassure fans. And that's what makes Ferrari's stance so captivating. Are they genuinely onto something revolutionary, or are they bluffing to mask insecurity? For Ferrari's millions of supporters worldwide, hope is the fuel that never runs dry. Leclerc's words have reignited that hope, hinting at a future where Ferrari once again defines an era of Formula One. But as one veteran engineer put it, in Formula One, there's a razor-thin line between being a visionary and being a fool, and you only find out which one you are when the lights go out on Sunday. The countdown to that verdict has already started.